Hi there. I want to talk about squares. The square is an aspect in traditional astrology and modern astrology. In traditional astrology, there are 5 aspects: the sextile, the square, the trine, the opposition, and the conjunction. The 2 most difficult aspects are the squares and the conjunction. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the squares. The square is 90 degrees apart, or a square is 4 houses of separation. And squares have conflict with each other because the elements of the house and the mode of the houses are different. Okay, we have 2 charts here. On the left, we have a square aspect between Jupiter in Aries and Mercury in Cancer. And on the right, we have a square aspect between Saturn in Aries and Mercury in Cancer. Let's go back to the left. This is a square. This is a superior square aspect because the energy is flowing from Jupiter to Mercury. It's flowing counterclockwise or in zodiac sign order, meaning Jupiter is in Aries, and then the next house is Taurus, and then Gemini, and then Cancer. That's called a superior square. If we had a planet in the 7th house, let's say Mercury was in the 7th house of Capricorn, then Jupiter would still form a square with Mercury. It would be called an inferior square, and it doesn't really have the power to do much. But a superior square, which we have here, which is Jupiter sending its energy to Mercury, is a fabulous condition. Even though it's a square is a difficult aspect because you have the benefic Jupiter sending its energy to Mercury. It's a very positive square. Jupiter is affecting Mercury in a positive way. Let's go to the chart on the right. We have Saturn in Aries squaring by house Mercury in Cancer. Saturn is a malefic, and so it's sending difficult energy to Mercury. It's affecting Mercury in a negative way. Now, if this chart was a night chart, then Saturn would be the malefic out of sect, which means it would really be a difficult square, and it would not do well for Mercury. And it would change Mercury's outcome in your natal chart to have more of a Saturn influence. Now Saturn is forming a superior square to Mercury. And it's a superior square by house, meaning we're not taking into account the degrees of where the planets are. We're just taking into account the houses. Now, squares can be anywhere in a chart, but they're always going to be 90 degrees apart by house. Anyway, that's the beginning understanding of squares.